Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. I hope you are all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And with the announcement earlier today, or actually yesterday, we talked about it in the video earlier today, of the Super Week coming to the CDL starting from next Monday, there has been a lot of questions lately about, well, what the normal format looks like. A lot of people are pretty happy about the fact that, okay, we have 3 matches every single day. That's a lot of Call of Duty to be watched. A lot of banger matches happening every single day for an entire week. But the season schedule that we have right now, with only matches traditionally on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday that we're going to look at in the coming minutes here, which I imagine we are certainly going to go back to after this Super Week concludes and things hopefully go back to normal for Stage 2 and beyond. Certainly there's been some questions from the pros, the fact that, okay, why are we playing on 4 days of the week and only have 3 days to practice, and maybe it makes things less exciting from the fan perspective, although probably for us guys over in Europe, it's a blessing in disguise. Enjoy taking your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always, I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that. Firstly, just wanted to mention this real quick as well, because the M4 has been a little bit in discussion once again as of late. We talked about it a while ago. Some pros want the XM4 nerfed, some pros certainly do not. Doesn't seem like it's going to be happening, or at least the M4 doesn't seem to be getting nerfed. It also doesn't seem to be getting GA'd, even though there still has been a lot of calls for it in the amateur side. We see Zaptius right here on the Western team, the best North American amateur team in that region. Why is the M4 still allowed? It's absolutely absurd. Doug says the same thing. I wonder this same thing every single day. And well, certainly some people have been calling for it to be gone. Personally, I think it'd be pretty ridiculous if the AK-47 goes, then the XM4 goes. But well, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the pros have kind of deal with it at this point. Also with the preset classes, of course, in the game, there's the XM4 in there. So I don't reckon it's going to go anytime soon. But yeah, some people have certainly been concerned about it. To be honest though, I think the meta right now is in a relatively fine state. We saw London Royal Ravens having good success on a Checkmate. I think it was even Checkmate Hardpoint. They were using 3 AK-74Us on Checkmate Hardpoint against Seattle and having good success with it. So it's not necessarily you need well to just stack with M4s to make it work. Also, the Krig is still viable on certain situations. Checkmate, for example, the Krig can still be good. We see on Miami Search and Destroy especially, the Krig is probably the go-to weapon by a lot of main ARs on that map. So all things considered, the M4 is the dominant weapon maybe, but still, the other weapons can certainly be viable. And well, I don't think it should necessarily go, but still, there's been some calls for it, so I thought I'd bring it up in today's video once again. This also interesting from Slasher, right? Given we had the confirmation, not confirmation of course, but Charlie Intel did an article, and that's pretty indicative. The next year's Call of Duty is going to be based in World War II. That means boots on the ground. That means a game that might play just like World War II. We had a dolphin dive in World War II. We didn't have a slide cancel, but a lot of pros have been thinking, okay, do we just go back to jetpacks? As Slasher says, games that have slide cancelling in, like this game, like Black Ops 4, like last year, might as well just throw a jetpack in there, and we can play uplink on Game 3. Jetpacks better than slide cancelling, says Chino. I can't believe I'm saying it, but I agree. Both are bailouts, but slide cancelling is just something else. Saying that, okay, they want to go back to jetpacks, and if they can't do that, get rid of slide cancelling out of the game. Maybe, well, Slasher and Chino had pretty good success in World War II originally. Maybe they'll be pretty happy if we go back to a similar movement system next year. I just hope the game is enjoyable to play and has some lively colours and this type of stuff. Well, maybe that will make it a little bit more enjoyable. Wanted to mention this as well, a few of you guys are pointing this out to me, the fact that, well, Florida were scrimming against OpTic last night, and I watched a few of these scrims. OpTic were looking, well, they were certainly struggling in some of them. I think the communication, it's a little bit interesting, right, because when you see these scrims from a team's perspective, you get to see all the good things they do, and you get to see all the difficult times, right, you get to see all the complaints and all the difficulties and kind of the friction between the team that comes up on occasion when the teams aren't having the greatest result in scrims. It happens from time to time, and that's really one of the reasons why LA Thieves stopped streaming scrims. They used to, I think, do it right at the start of the season. 100 Thieves did it in previous seasons as well. But then, yeah, as soon as they have a bad scrim set or a bad map set, everyone like flames them in the chat. It's pretty difficult to deal with. And yeah, then they just kind of stop streaming. So fair play to the OpTic guys to keep going through some of the difficulties. But in fairness, Florida were looking very good in this one. Awakening was just having his way with the OpTic guys. It was honestly incredible. This guy is cracked out of control. Definitely going to be on my draft buff team for this upcoming week. And as my boy ILLey points out here on the Reddit, Garrison Hardpoint, Florida just about edged that one out. They win the raid as well. They win the checkmate, they win the crossroads. OpTic just about win the Moscow, and then, well, Florida win the control on the garrison. Then I'm not sure if they played checkmate control to finish off the series, because they kind of finished off right here, but raid, well, went in OpTic's favour again. So it's a pretty interesting scrim, said all things considered, and of course, this is pretty relevant given the final match for OpTic this upcoming weekend at the end of the Super Week on the Sunday is up against Florida. That matchup could have pretty big implications. If they beat Toronto, if they beat Los Angeles Guerrillas, then they shouldn't have too much issues at least getting into the winner's side of the bracket for the major. But yeah, who knows? If they have some difficulties, this series could mean a lot of things. And well, Mutiny is certainly looking a lot improved as of late. And well, certainly looked great in this scrim set, all things considered. The clutch factor was certainly there from them, especially in the controls and such like that. So let's talk about this format then. So yesterday, episode 13 of the OpTic podcast went live. Scump talked about it as well on the pre-show for the opening weekends, but Formal has a few things to say about exactly what this format looks like for the upcoming season. The fact that it's pretty dumb, the fact that they play on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2 matches on Thursday, 2 matches on Friday, 3 on the other days. It's a little bit boring from their perspective. They feel like there should certainly be a little bit more to it. I'll play the clip.
So I think the system's good. Just less days.
Less days?
It can't be Thursday through Sunday.
Friday,
and then majors are Wednesday through Sunday.
Are they really?
Yeah.
It's a 5-day event?
Yeah.
See,
Majors
are
are
I
Wednesday
don't like
through
that.
Sunday.
I don't like
Friday,
that
Saturday,
either.
Sunday.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday should always be this. Like,
That's
it should be mandatory that's what it is.
It never feels like a tournament on Thursday.
It's just taking away practice days.
Yeah.
Just for a longer broadcast, basically.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think action-packed is the way to go, and if we can condense all of that into an MLG-like weekend.
It should be Friday through Sundays.
Well, what's the matter?
I didn't like the way that on Thursday, like I felt wanting more. On Friday, I felt that I wanted more. On Saturday, I felt that I wanted more.
There should never be a day where we're playing 2 matches. Like on Thursday, we have a match scheduled for Thursday, and there's 2 matches that day. What is the point of that?
No.
That is so dumb.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I agree.
Dumb.
I don't think. I mean, look. Luckily, I mean, we can make some adjustments. I think. Like, I'll bring it up. But I wasn't the only one that's like, yo, like this feels like it's like there's no reason.
Just being milked. You know what I mean? Like way milked.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So look, of course, we got the Super Week confirmed yesterday. The fact that, okay, we got Monday 22nd through to the Sunday 28th. And then in the following week, maybe in like Wednesday, Thursday of that week or something, that's when the actual major is going to be kicking off. And we're going to be playing all the matches in that major bracket. We'll look at what that bracket looks like in just a second here. But of course, look, this is an exceptional week. It's only because of the power situations in Texas. I can't imagine they're going to do this type of stuff on a regular basis. Probably will go back to the traditional format through to stage 2, where it looks something like the following, where we've got, okay, 2 matches Thursday, 2 matches Friday, 3 Saturday, 3 Sunday. This is, of course, far away from what we used to have back in the day, when the events would be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and there would be a lot of matches on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Back in the MLG days, back in the CWL days, there would be Alpha Station, Bravo Station, Charlie Station, Delta Station, and the open bracket. So much Call of Duty going on all the time. That's definitely to the benefit of fans, I believe, being at the arena. I definitely, the events that I've been to, the CDL one at the start of London last year at the home series, it wasn't as enjoyable an experience when there was only one main stream that the team is playing on, as opposed to when there's like also a Bravo Station, Charlie and Delta, etc. that the teams are playing on as well. But you know, it kind of is what it is. In an online arena, they don't want to do a Bravo stream because they don't want to feel like they've got to devalue teams, is my expectation. Like, because at the end of the day, if there's an OpTic match on and there's a Paris Legion versus Los Angeles Guerrillas match on, you know which of those matchups is going to go on Bravo. And maybe the team owners won't be too happy about the fact that their teams are getting devalued in that sense, given they all paid the same amount of entry fee into the league, which I kind of get. But at the end of the day, this is probably how they're going to be doing it from now on. But some of the players aren't necessarily too satisfied with this, right? Because you've got teams like OpTic that are maybe they catch momentum over time. A lot of teams are like this. They like the fact that, okay, maybe they play 2-3 matches a day. I think at opening on Friday, they would always play like 2 matches at the start of a weekend. That would be great, right? Because you either go 2-0, you go 1-1, you get to build some momentum into the next day. Right now, you kind of just play one off match, and then, you're straight back into the practice grinder for the next couple of days before you play again. So maybe this is fine for the fans. There's certainly some concern being over in the UK, the fact that, okay, these matches certainly do drag on a little bit, and even for the guys in mainland Europe, it's even an hour later than it is over here. But what exactly would you do to this format to potentially fix it, right? Because if we're just going to go for a 3-day weekend, I would like it in theory if it was just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think that I think Scump's point as well, the fact that, okay, they've got only 3 days to practice and 4 days of matches every single week for the entire season, that doesn't really make sense. To me, I think it should be 3 days on, 4 days off. That makes more sense than the other way around from my perspective. But at the same time, they probably realized, okay, we've got 10 matches to do here. How do we fit that in 3 days? We can only do 3 matches for 3 days, and then we've got like 1 extra match sitting somewhere. Therefore, they thought, okay, maybe it's better just to do it 4 days, 2 matches, 2 matches, 3 matches, 3 matches. Next season, if the CDL expands, the number of, match requirements may then change significantly to the point where maybe you just absolutely stack 3 days and do a Bravo stream. Who really knows what the plan is going to be? But I thought I'd mention this as well. So this is what the entire season looks like. as you can see, every single week, in theory, of course, this one was a little bit messed up there to go for this super week format, then, well, it's going to be the same thing every single time. 4 days on, 3 days off for the entire season. There is so much COD to be played, but certainly the COD is more spread out, more than it would be a traditional event, and maybe, well, some of the players that have been around a while and some of the fans that have been around a while kind of prefer that old school format. But intrigued to hear your perspective down below. This, I thought I'd mention it as well, is what the bracket is going to look like. So if you guys aren't exactly familiar with what's going to happen after this week concludes, after this super week concludes, all the teams will be seeded as follows. So the first place team in Group A and Group B will go into, well, round 2 straight away. The fourth place team in either group will go into round 2 in the losers bracket, right? So there's actually a bye in the losers bracket. A little bit interesting, but at least you do get slightly further in the tournament. Definitely where you want to be as number 1. But if you come number 3 or number 2 in the group, it's not too bad. You get to slot into the winners bracket without too much difficulty, and then you will play through to potentially to the winners finals, and then to the tournament finals, whoever makes it out this elimination gauntlet. So slightly different to what we saw last time around, where there was actually teams that got double buys in the winners bracket. This time there's only single buys in the winners bracket and, well, a single buy in the losers bracket, compared to what the World Championship format was last season, which I certainly do think is somewhat of a step in the right direction. But still, only 3 matches need to be won for a Group A team to win the actual tournament, which maybe isn't so ideal. You could look at from some perspectives or another. A couple of things to finish out the video I thought were pretty entertaining. Methodz says this yesterday with this whole expectation, right, that we're going back to World War II. He says, I still think about you, Arden Forest. This is from World War II. As Nickmercs says, this game sucks, your food opinion sucks. Luckily, you are decent at cards. So yeah, Nickmercs roasting your boy Methodz here on the timeline for all to see. Thought this was interesting as well, right, given the fact that we've got the team camos in the game right now. There was a discussion not too long ago, the fact that the team camos probably aren't what we want in the game. And as you can see right here, that Owen points out on the Reddit, the Policia camo, the new one in the game, basically just looks like a better New York Subliners camo version. It would be an actual better New York Subliners camo than what I actually put in the game. So yeah, once again, pretty unfortunate to see. This I thought was crazy as well from way back in Ghost. There's this clip that came out from a Mudog playing against Crimsix in a 1 versus 1. Look at this glitch the Mudog uses right here to take down Crim. The greatest player probably at the time on Evil Geniuses. Mudog, well, doesn't miss now, of course, their general manager over at 100 Thieves, getting absolutely bodied in this final round. And this from Fastballer as well, former pro player. Definitely, well, he plays on a ridiculously high sense. And as you can see in this clip, I'll finish out the video with, he's well, spinning on all cylinders, absolutely throwing everyone left, side, and center. Hashtag McPieces, as he says right here. But intrigued to hear your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm to know you enjoy this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well. And I've grown the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.